I got somebody I want to bring onto the PorterWay Podcast. Mm-hmm. And hey, Mr. Producer, sir, I want you to, I'm tripping now. Play the first clip. No, play the second clip.
Oh, man.
Give it 1 second here.
Hey, now, sure, I'll be at the house. I'll be saying to myself, I ain't forgetting that. I ain't gonna lie, when I play football, then you doubled. He played football and he boxed.
I'm good.
Did you, and you probably tried to run people over when you were
What's up,
running
Sean? You need me on the show? The beard, I got alopecia, so the beard is going, but it's still me. It's still the beard and the eyebrows is going, but it's still me, Sean. What you summon? You summon me? You need me on the... That's me. You need me on the show today, tomorrow. I can clear my schedule. I can free it up. I can free up the schedule if you need. You mean? It's me. It's Jay. I don't got no Twitter. I ain't got no X. But you mean? I do got the gram and all that, YouTube and Twitch and all that. What you need me? What you need? Sean, you need today, tomorrow. Want to come out? FaceTime chat? How you want to do it? We can do it. So 2 T's. You mean? What y'all want to do? You mean?
So I seen a clip of this young man some time ago now, and he was talking about me, and it's like I always tell people, like, I appreciate the compliments. I don't go fishing for compliments. I don't look for them. But the particular video that he put up, and he was talking about my style and how I fought, I was just like, wow, like he's really articulating how I did that in a way that he understands what I did and he appreciates what I did. And I think that for a large, I'm not gonna say a large part, but there's many out there that didn't understand what I was doing and how I was doing. And it was just like, Shawn was an ugly fighter. And I just felt like the way he articulated it was really good. And so, I put a little X message out there, hey, I want to have you on the show one day. And then he did that, right? So I called to get Boots on today. We didn't get through to get Boots on today. And I'm just kind of like looking at stuff, getting ready for the show. And I came across this video. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it today. I'm going to have my man on. Show the first video I sent.
Y'all go out y'all way every time to try to say, oh, he too big. He too this. He's super weight drained. Oh, he gets hit a lot. Oh, he get hit less than your favorite fighters get hit. 1. 2, can we talk about how much Stanionis was getting hit? He wasn't getting peppered with nothing. He got the whole seasoning cabinet thrown on him. And no disrespect to Stanionis, because he's a great fighter, shout out to Stanionis. But what are we doing? Y'all got everything to say about Boots. Y'all say everything except for the fact that he's him. Y'all gonna say everything except for he that nigga. Y'all kill me. And don't talk this Brian Norman shit, because he's gonna fuck Brian Norman up bad. And don't say Mario Barrios, because Barrios can't beat Boots neither. Y'all got so much to say. Y'all say everything except for, damn, I was wrong. Boots is that nigga. Bro, he that nigga. It's not that deep. What y'all gonna say now? He get hit less than your favorite fighter gets. Y'all niggas kill me with that shit, man. Come on, dog. What else now?
I really do love his videos, man. Welcome to the PorterWay Podcast. 10-0, 9 knockouts. I'm pretty sure he's from Philly. JYD, welcome to the PorterWay Podcast. Erron, Peterson. What's going on, big dog?
Can't hear you.
There we go. How y'all feeling, man? What's going on?
We good, boss. How you?
I'm good, man. Listen, Sean called me, man. I'm happy he called me when he did, right? Because he called me. I'm laid up in the bed chilling. He hit me on the FaceTime. He put like 50 grand on his shoulder right here, chilling with the bezel going, with the watch face bright. He told him, yo, what you want, little bro? I'm like, I'm happy he called me like when he did. Because if he'd called me 5 minutes later, I ain't had no shirt on. I was chilling with my old lady. This would have been an OnlyFans link if he'd have called me 5 minutes later, bro. It's been rough. So you mean, shout out to y'all.
Now, I'm going to start this off by, Boots is a bum, man. Boots is trash. I'm just fucking with you. Hey, man. Chill out, man. Chill out. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just playing. Calm down.
Cause listen, I done heard it all. Especially coming from Philly. Dudes, they just blow me with this, man. Boots get hit way less than most dudes' favorite fighter get hit. And for some reason, everybody got this whole thing where it's like, oh, Boots is too big for a weight. Or he's scared to do this, or he's scared. Come on, man. If you can make the weight comfortably and you can do it without steroids, there's no such thing as too big. He get hit too much. Everybody get hit. So if you're gonna say he get hit too much, What was Stanionis doing last night? Because he was getting hit a lot. No disrespect, but it's the truth. But now everybody's saying, oh, Stanionis, we knew that was a bad style matchup. No, y'all didn't.
Hey, yo, you've been seeing Boots for a long time. Is this the best performance you've seen from Boots? Amateur or pro?
It was definitely probably one of the best. I don't see, because I see Boots so much, it's just like, even on what they would call his worst performance, you still see things that's like, damn, this kid's special. So
I know
it's just the truth.
I get it. I get it. What, from in your opinion, what makes Boots so special?
So I've been in there with him multiple times. One is not even just the power, because he can punch in both hands.
Is that what happened to your hair?
I'm sorry, what you say?
Huh?
Can y'all hear me?
What you say?
Hey, Sean's still out here trying to spar people. So if you need some work, he ain't in shape.
What's up?
Ain't nothing though.
What weight you need him at? What you need him come in at?
Am I gonna come where, there?
No. What weight you need Sean to come in the ring at? 150.
I need Sean. What you want to do, Sean? You want me to catch weight? Let's do
God damn it! I just tell us what's so special about Boots.
No, listen. He can crack in both hands, right? He's lightning and fast, and he's smart too. And defensively, he's like, people try to act like he's easy to hit. He's not. That boy is sharp. He got great reflexes. But what really makes him special is, I know that Boots is Christian, as far as I know at least. But that boy worship boxing, man. Yeah. He lives in the gym. Yeah. He worships the sport. Like, I don't know nobody that's in the gym more than that man. Like, he worked.
And the impressive thing to me, he's 27 years old. To the point of what you just said right there, I've been told, and I've spoken to him, the worship that he has for the Lord is they run really close together. And a lot of people don't know how to balance their faith with work and home life and all those other sorts of things. So you're right. The kid is locked in spiritually, and right after he's locked in spiritually, it ain't the family and it's boxing. You know what I mean? Boxing. And to me, it's kind of crazy how locked in he is to boxing. But shout out to Andre Ward. He said, we all gotta be a little crazy to do this. You know? Mm-hmm. Real quick, I'm gonna ask you this one. I'm gonna let these guys take over. I said, I don't know if you saw this on the podcast, but I said, when I watched Boots spar, and I saw it once in the fight too, yesterday. I rewatched it this morning. I saw it once in the fight today. I said it's like he's been there before. Have you experienced that being in the ring with him, where he makes you miss, but he made the move before you threw the punch? Like, do you know what I'm talking about? Like, tell everybody about that.
So, like I said, I've been in the ring with Boots a ton of times.
That's what happened to your hair?
And he absolutely makes you miss before you even get the shot off, because it's almost like he know what you're going to do in some instances before you do it. I wish people, like, in this generation, they call it like glazing, but I wish people give props where it's due. Mm-hmm. Boots don't be in the ring doing regular stuff. Like, and a lot of people don't understand it. They don't understand he's not in the ring doing regular things. So when you see what he's doing, you gotta show appreciation, and you gotta show respect, and you gotta have an IQ to know and see exactly what's being done. Because that kid will make you miss, and it's not even just miss in the middle of the ring. You'll miss on the ropes. He'll be laying up on the ropes, and then you won't be able to touch him nothing. Boom, boom. But he's just destroying you every time you miss. He's special. Mm-hmm. He's special. I
agree. To simplify it, it's the sauce, right? You know,
yes.
It's things he can just flat out do things other fighters, even great fighters, can't necessarily do. And Stanionis is like the antithesis to him. He does everything fundamentally sound. Elbows in, hands up, everything gets turned over short and crisp, tucks his chin. And Boots sometimes gets away with, like Roy and a young Ali, doing things you're not supposed to do, but he gets away with it. So in regards to that, I know you're talking about we'll nitpick how he gets touched, and he does get touched, right? You know, like that was he did do his Mayweather Gotti. He delivered on that promise, but Floyd got hit even less, but he delivered his promise. He did his Mayweather Gotti show in Atlantic City. Do you think if he ever would have fought Crawford or when he does fight fighters of that caliber, that he does tighten things up a little bit, that the chin isn't as exposed on some of those defensive moves where he's using his athleticism? What do you think about that?
So I absolutely, it would have been beautiful to see him fight Terrence Crawford, but I genuinely believe it's never going to happen. Right. So I'm just going to start there. I don't ever think it's going to happen. I don't think Crawford's going to come back down in weight anywhere near there. And he's also been hinting that he's on his way out of the door. Right. So, you know, respect for that, because he's had a beautiful career. But if he fights people that's on that level, I do believe that Boots is going to tighten up even more. Like I said, taking Crawford out, because that's not going to happen. But I think if he fights people that's on that level, he's going to tighten up, but he's still going to be himself. Yeah. So Boots is a bit of a risk taker, because he does believe in himself to the extent of like, you can't beat me. Like, and this is not just him talking. If anybody who watches Boots interviews, he's not a big talker. He's really not a big talker at all. He really just wants to fight, and he believes in himself. How he carries it in the gym is how he carries it in the ring. So I'm seeing him spar 5 and 6 guys at a time, back to back to back to back to back. Bring them in, bring them in, bring them in. And he carry that same energy to the ring. If he make mistakes, cool. But does he get touched? Yeah, but everybody does. But I don't think it's going to be like that to an extent where as though when he fights somebody on a Bud level, I don't think he's going to get touched like that, because I think he's going to be tighter and he's going to know the situation. But once he start picking you apart, he's going to get in this bag and he's going to get you out of there. That's what I believe.
That's the crazy part about him. He has some bad habits, straight up and down. You can watch his fights in slow motion. You can watch him in fast motion, and you can pick out where those bad habits are. You can pick out the habit of when it's gonna happen. You can predict when that bad habit is gonna show itself. But the thing that covers up the bad habit is how explosive he is offensively. Yep. And I think that's what's gonna always trump his bad habits. He's
gonna punctuate the conversation. You might get that shot in. Hell, you might even win the exchange once or twice. But he's always so good at being first and last. He'll be first off the jab, and he wants to exchange. He'll take those chances. And the reason why it's okay if he gets touched sometimes is he tends to come back with something heavier, something sexier. Yeah. And he punctuates the conversation. Yeah.
Did you go to the fight last night?
Roy Jones Jr. also, Roy Jones Jr. was so athletic. Yeah. If you slow down what he did, Roy Jones Jr. made a lot of fundamental mistakes, and that's no knock on Roy Jones Jr. He's one of the best to ever do it. But what I'm saying is his athleticism, his power, his speed, you can't teach certain things. Like, God gives certain fighters certain things. Yeah. And what Roy Jones Jr. has, and what Boots has, some of those things, while yes, they may be mistakes, they cover them up so well with what they can do better. Yep. And lastly, on that topic, what I will say before I shut up with my piece is, like, Muhammad Ali, greatest of all time, no problem. But Muhammad Ali made so many defensive mistakes as well. Shouldn't have granted, but Muhammad Ali made a lot of defensive mistakes. So when you actually look at boxing and you study boxing, even the greats make mistakes, but it's how you can cover them. Of course, time catches up to all of us, but when you're that great, it is what it is.
Go ahead.
I feel like I know he's about to do something special at 147, because I think 147 is down. He's the only one I think could compete in the Shawn Porter era. The rest of these guys, no way.
I like Brian Norman.
No way.
I don't think he beats Boots, but I like Brian Norman. I think that's the only legit threat. He's growing into his own. He's getting a little bit better I'm not saying he beats Boots, but that's the best fight in the division. Yeah, will you admit that? That's at least the best fight out there.
He gets stopped.
Can I say this? To answer that, can I ask you a question, Sean?
Yeah, go.
Not you.
Oh. So no, Shawn Porter. Oh, well. So I'm sorry. No. Only because Sean has had a long career in boxing. So let's just say you had a guy that you spar with time and time again, and you kick his ass every time. And then all of a sudden, you need, let's just say, a replacement. And this guy steps in for a last-minute replacement. You going in there knowing, like, boy, I know what I done did. I'm not going to answer that for you. How would you feel going into that fight?
I've done that before.
Okay.
I used to beat this dude up all the time in sparring, and we ended up drawing each other in the tournament. I went into the fight like he couldn't get with me, and the dude ended up beating me. And I mean, he beat me. I was so destroyed mentally, like emotionally, because I just underestimated him. Come back the next tournament, I couldn't wait to fight the dude. I went out there, I shined on him, and it looked worse than the sparring had ever looked. You know what I mean? So yeah, to that point, a lot of times when you go out there with somebody that you've been in the ring with before, there's a level of comfort that you have to trump with, knowing that I got to do this tonight.
And see, my point with that is this. How you said you underestimated him, I know Boots. Like in real life, forget Instagram, forget social. If I never had a social media, Boots is still my guy. Like I know him in real life.
Right.
He's not going to underestimate you. When Boots get in that ring, he treats everybody like they are a murderer. He does not. So the reason why I had asked Sean that, to answer your question, Sean, was back, here.
Yeah.
Sean's out back here. Boom.
I'll follow.
So
Yeah.
the reason why I answered it that way is because Boots is not going to underestimate Brian Norman. Him and Brian Norman sparred multiple times. It was never competitive. It was never close. It was never any of that.
We're getting it from
when
someone
they brought
that was
up
there.
the whole I'm sorry, go ahead.
We're getting it from someone who was there. You saw them spar.
Yes, I saw them spar. So even when they talked about the body shot thing, mind you, when the whole debacle of Brian Norman and his dad going on tour talking about, Boots, I'm just sitting there being quiet watching until they start crossing lines. Then I'm like, all right, now, I was there. When he put Brian Norman down, if this was a fight, it would have took way more than 10 seconds for him to get up. When he put him down that body shot, it would have taken way more than 10 seconds for him to get up. But let's pretend that the body shot never happened. The spar was never close, and none of them. That fight, mark my words, does not go past 5. And I'm being generous.
Bet the house?
I'm being generous.
Bet the house? Bet the house? Bet the house.
I'll bet whatever you want.
he made
No,
it personal.
not me and you. Against Vegas. Against Vegas. No.
Your mic scruffy, but yeah, we in Vegas.
No. I got boots.
Vegas, my dog.
I got boots. You got Brian Norman.
He said, "I bet my dog. I bet my cat."
I got boots. You get Brian.
This man lost his
Yo,
voice.
this is funny.
Yeah,
This is classic. Your audio went out.
I can't hear you.
I'm about to say, can somebody repeat what Antt said? What did he say?
I got boots. You got Brian Norman.
He wants you to bet on Brian, and he gonna bet on Boots. Look at this.
You want me to go bankrupt?
Bankrupt.
What? If they said you could put $1 on Brian Norman to beat Boots and you'll win $1 million, I promise to God I keep my dollar.
Now I'll bet the dollar. You gotta bet the dollar.
What?
You gotta bet the dollar.
I can take that dollar and go get some candy, go get a water. I can do anything else that I want to do than waste it.
They got cheap gas stations in Philly. You can't get shit with $1 anymore. You can't get it.
All right, but it's all serious. I tell Sean and both Seans, I'm ready for Boots to get to 154. That's where I think the money fight's at. That's where his legacy is set at. Obviously, he's about to do something special and go undisputed at 147, set history. But I think the money fights and the big fights is at 154, and that sets Boots as a superstar in the sport. Because outside the sport, if you're not really a real hardcore, you don't really know who Boots is. No disrespect, but that's kind of what it is. You know this kid that's talented. They talked about it a little bit, but you don't know Boots. 154 stamps him. You're going to have to go through some wars. You might have to get up off the canvas, but you're going to set your legacy.
And you are 100% right, and I'll give you that because and this was my point earlier. Boots is not he's not that outgoing like public guy. Like so he's not a guy that's going to like go out there and put his name because he really just want to fight. He's not a big talker. He just wants to fight. But I do believe that 154 is when he's really going to stamp his name and his legacy. But I want him to do what he wants to do. He doesn't care about money. He cares about the belts. Mm-hmm. And he wants to do that at 47. This is from a guy who talked to him. I talked to Boots about this. He really wants the belts. He don't care about the money. He wants the belts.
He let Stanionis make more money than him, reportedly, just so he could get him in the ring and get the unification going. Right, that's very rare. There's very few guys who would do that.
And that's true. That's not a rumor. That's the truth.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention. You know, if you're paying attention, especially pay attention to the PorterWay Podcast. Y'all fans that watch this show, put this on everybody else. Tell them about the PorterWay Podcast. I did the interview with Boots. Why are people still talking about Boots at 154 now? Y'all need to understand he wants 4 belts. He wants that Ring Magazine belt at 147. And then he'll do what needs to be done. He not afraid of nobody. The boy knows boxing, right? And I think that he has a mark where he wants to be in history, and he knows where that mark is. Once he does that, he's goal-oriented. And I love that. Because once he hits his goals, I'm on to what I got to do next. You know what I mean? Like, he ain't somebody that's just boxing trying to figure it out. Like, he knows what he wants to do, where he wants to be. I'm telling you this, and I'm going to go on record for saying this. 3 years ago, when everybody was saying he should have fought Crawford, he should have fought me and all that kind of stuff, Boots wasn't ready for us. The timing wasn't right. He wasn't ready for us. He wasn't especially ready for a Terrence Crawford who's exactly like him, that knows this thing inside and out, that lives, breathes, eats, sleeps, the whole 9. And like you said before, you spar somebody all this many times, you still not gonna get in the ring, and Boots ain't gonna get in the ring and underestimate him. The Terrence is the exact same way. Terrence wouldn't have given a damn that the boy was 23, 24 years old at that point in time. He would have tried to tax that ass and moved on and said, well, y'all told me, y'all said. That's what it would have been. Boots is 27 now, and he's coming into his prime. The boy's going to be dangerous in 3 years. He's dangerous now. The boy is going to be lights out in 3 years. And in 3 years, he'll be at...
This can match this.
Exactly. And for him, because he meditates on it so much, he's gonna get there quicker than a lot of other men in the game.